When you spend many years studying the great wisdom traditions and the messages of modern sages, from Zen to Advaita, from mysticism to the messages received in altered states, you begin to see that it's all pointing to one thing. Reality, in its deepest sense, is consciousness itself, beyond thoughts, feelings, sensation, and form. What we typically confuse to be reality is simply appearances arising within awareness, the world we experience through our senses. Everything we see, hear, touch is like a reflection or shadow, a secondary phenomena within the openness of awareness. The original reality, the true basis of all experience, is the non dual awareness that remains ever present before and beyond all appearances. Because consciousness becomes narrowly focused through identification with senses, thoughts, beliefs, and personal identity, it creates a limited experience of reality shaped by imagination and conditioned ideas. Each apparent person is actually consciousness temporarily identified as a separate individual, constructing mental structures and imagined concepts that feel so solid and real, yet these imagined forms and identities, although very convincing, are essentially empty appearances arising and dissolving within awareness itself. And this misunderstanding leads to confusion and suffering. Many apparent individuals identify with thoughts of being trapped within the boundaries of their imagined realities, ideas, beliefs, and fears, which form invisible prisons preventing them from experiencing the true freedom and expanse of their essential nature. The essential nature or essence of every apparent individual soul is awareness itself. When awareness awakens to itself as the foundational space in which all experiences arise, boundaries are seen to be illusory and effortlessly dissolve. In this clear recognition, the non dual nature of reality naturally reveals itself as the absence of separation between self and the world. Reality is recognized as the aware presence underlying all experience, effortlessly clear and undeniably real, self obvious to itself, beyond thoughts, words, and concepts. Recognition of this true nature is immediate, always available. It's not like a journey of dropping or letting go, because awareness itself, by its very nature, is already completely open, allowing, and free from resistance. The only apparent obstacle is the tendency to desire the world more than recognizing the essence of oneself. But as one relaxes back as the awareness as their essential nature, it's clear that one is not a separate individual attempting to achieve or release anything, but rather awareness itself that pervades all experience and completely allows all forms to come and go just by its nature. Each soul, each apparent individual perspective is like a universe in itself, potentially capable of infinite creation and expansion when there is a recognition of the essence at its basis. Due to the collective imagination, the shared thoughts and forms and beliefs humanity has generated over time, many souls are in the non recognition of their essence, and they appear to live within a stale realities inherited from past generations and beliefs that are increasingly further removed from the truth. So, to recognize and remember this true nature of reality, each apparent individual must allow its mind to look back at its source, recognizing and resting as the awareness that is ever present behind all thoughts and forms. This resting as the basis of all perception gradually dissolves all illusions of false realities and aligns the soul with its essence of infinite intelligence and potential. This resting as the basis of all perceptual experience is the space that's remembered to be existential safety, the imperturbable space in which all contracted thoughts and feelings gradually unwind and release. As these thoughts and feelings unwind and release, they clear in consciousness like clouds clear in the sky, revealing the ever present sky to be boundless, open, and imbued with light. These mental and emotional programs, acting as apparent limitations on consciousness, dissolve in the bright light of awareness, progressively revealing its ultimately limitless potential. Ultimately, reality can't be captured in words or thoughts. It must be directly perceived through the immediate reality of relaxing the attention back and resting as the awareness. In this perceptual resting, as the basis of experience, all apparent confusion dissolves, and the soul experiences the perfume of the true peace and freedom that is its essential nature. So, in essence, reality is, depending on what language you like to use, God, the one consciousness, or the universe conceiving, dreaming itself to be countless apparently localized perspectives. Each apparently localized perspective is not actually localized and is infinite in its essence. However, accumulated conditioned energies, emotions, and thought forms appear to put limitations on consciousness. Consciousness is infinite, and so therefore can appear as limitations on itself. As each apparent individual perspective releases its identification with form, the dense forms of thoughts and emotions dissolve into their empty and space-like nature. Consciousness then begins to ever increasingly embody its nature of limitlessness through its own dream of limitation. Relationships harmonize, creation flows effortlessly, not because there is anyone there doing it, but because the compassionate, effortless nature of impersonal beingness begins to shine through the apparent person. Uncertainty and entropy have to be baked into the system in order to even have an experience, or the whole dream falls apart. Some challenges and circumstances may be preordained from a place outside of time. Some experiences may need to be experienced for the apparent individual's learning, growth, or as pointers back to one's true nature of awareness. However, we can't be certain about proposed limits on consciousness either. I mean, perhaps there really are no limits, and it's only on consciousness to recognize more and more of its own limitless nature through the shedding of conditioned energy. Unloving, fearful, personal feeling and thinking, as this is released, one returns to the embodiment of their natural, poised compassion. The basis of experience is recognized to be imbued with spontaneous intelligence and energy, known by both the meditating monk in the forest and the virtuoso pianist who feels their best work comes through when they're out of the way. So, this flow experience that we're after is the nature of ourself. It's just a case of remembering it and gradually releasing everything that seems to oppose it through a natural path of embodiment, of embracing the non separateness at the heart of our essence. Peace.